Agent Nine's lab, please. Man, these things smell terrible. Am I sure I want to do this? Yes, I want to go back to the real world that badly. No, I think I'll stay in this mine for a while longer. I don't want to crack open these smelling salts unless I'm in a mental world. And I really want to get out. They smell pretty bad. I'm ready. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Now don't go pulling that out when I'm physically nearby, or I'm telling you I'm going to eat it. Bacon. There's that smell again. Delicious. Hey, why don't you just take a little nibble of that and see if I can taste it too? Okay? What's the situation? Huh?
Agent Cruller, do you have any advice on the current situation? I need to regroup back at HQ.
Affirmative. Prepare for extraction. Talk to me when you want me to put you back where you were. Now don't wander off too far, or I'll forget, and you'll have to go back there yourself.
Need your analysis on a hostile.
What kind?
Can I change the color of my levitation ball?
Like, say, to what?
Nothing more to report at this time.
Cruller out.
Have you ever seen a plant with eyes and teeth?
Oh, yeah. The kind that's impervious to attack when it's curled up? Hate those. You gotta walk up just close enough to wake 'em up, and then saw blast 'em real quick.
How do you fight sensors?
Anything works on those guys. You can punch 'em, side blast 'em. It's fun to set fire to them or confuse 'em, too. Pick 'em up with TK and throw 'em. Make yourself invisible and sneak up on 'em. Lots of fun, those guys.
What about those sensors that shoot stuff?
Oh, you gotta grab those guys with your mental focus lock. Then you can jump left or right to avoid their shots while side blasting them from a distance.
What about the really big, burly sensors?
It's best if they can't see you, so go invisible when they come around. Or burn them, or hit them with a confusion grenade if you're going for entertainment value.
What if there's like a million tiny sensors? All over you.
Ah, the palm bomb. Just jump up in the air and then punch. You'll come down so hard those little guys just pop like popcorn.
Have you ever been grabbed by a suckerfish?
Oh, they can give you a nasty hickey. But if you jump twice and spin, you might be able to shake 'em off a little quicker.
The crayfish in the lake are bigger than what we got back home.
That's the titanium in the water. Makes a lot of the animals around here a little different. At least those crayfish are fun to punch.
Have you ever been confused by a rat?
All the time until I figured out that if you fire start them, they don't set off a cloud of confusion.
In Lungfishopolis, I'm really big, but there are these tanks.
Do what any self-respecting monster would do. Pick 'em up, throw 'em at something. Boom! Ha, but if you're surrounded, don't forget your shield and try to time it right.
Airplanes can be a pain, can't they?
Well, you got a shield until you see an opening, and then side blast 'em out of the sky.
Were you watching those electro trucks?
Yeah, run away. That's my advice there. Side blast 'em from a distance, or run around the side of them and smack 'em with your monster claw.
What about a really big turret with shots you couldn't dodge?
Shield. After your enemy takes a shot, advance. When you see them about to shoot again, shield up. Get real close that way, and you can take any shot you want.
Did you know that this camp has a bear problem?
Oh, not just any bears, but bears that have been mutated by Psychonauts. Now they know telekinesis. When you see that TK claw come out, you have to dodge it quick. And side blast those bears from a distance, or set the tails on fire.
What do you do when you hear a cougar?
Go invisible quick. Those mutant Psy Cougars can fire start at quite a distance, but they can't burn what they can't see. And also, if you pick 'em up with TK, you can actually distract them for a little bit and use that to your advantage.
What about those creepy guys who pull you underground?
Oh, be careful with people's nightmares, son. They'll pull you into their nightmare world and never let go. You gotta feed 'em some of their own medicine. Avoid their grab attacks and try to hurt them to the point that they split open. And then grab any chunks of their victims that you can find. Use TK to throw them into the gaping hole, and that should choke up its system. When it turns to glass, you can shatter it with one good punch.
I've got these little thistle girls attacking me.
They're only invulnerable when they're spinning. But if you can't wait, try fire.
These hellhounds keep setting me on fire.
Now, if a dog did that to me, I'd shoot it from a distance with my Psy blast.
There are these mean little harpies in Gloria's mind.
Shoot! Shoot 'em! Blast 'em in the head! We're trying to save the world here, not start an aviary.
How would you kill a really big walking snail with a cannon?
Well, remember, you can tumble fast when you're using your mental focus. That should help you avoid the cannonballs. And when you get up close, punch 'em. And when they're all sealed up like a pill bug, light the fuse on their head and see what happens when that cannon goes off inside their armor. And when you're tired of that, pick 'em up with TK and throw 'em in the water. Snails can't swim.
That tiger wrestler's got a mean pounce.
Yeah, but it's not so mean if you shield at the right moment. And if you're invisible, then he's just out of luck.
That dragon wrestler has this roar that glues me to the floor.
That's the thing. You gotta be off the floor when that happens. As soon as he starts to let out a roar, you jump as high as you can and sigh float. Then he can't get you.
2 words. Caca.
Well, I mean, that's really one word, isn't it?
How are you spelling it?
C-A-hyphen-C-A-W.
Oh, well, if you're gonna use a hyphen, I mean...
It's a hyphenated word. One hyphenated word. Like, half-wit.
Look, are you...
Watch his shadow, and when you see him coming down, turn on your shield for a real back-breaking landing.
Back-breaking. 2 words. That cobra wrestler resists attacks.
Yeah, that concentration yap he's given don't mean a thing if you can hit him with a nice confusion grenade. While he's trying to remember his name, he's vulnerable.
How do I kill that armless guy with the swords in his mouth?
Hi, youth. I remember the first time I asked that very question. You can't kill something like that, but you might be able to use his weapons to your own advantage. Once his swords go into the wall, I'll bet you could swing on them in that way you do so well.
Hellish bunnies spewed forth from meat grinders? Ring a bell?
At this point, I just say beat the heck out of him. Something like that shouldn't even exist.
You've been very helpful. That's all I need.
Good luck. This would be a good place to be on your ball. Psy Blast. Psy Floating would help here. Punch. Palm Bomb. Your 10-year-old mind can set fires, and I have to tell you to do that? I would use telekinesis here. It never hurts in situations like this to be invisible. Don't forget your shield. It's a real lifesaver. Mental focus. Clairvoyance can help you see what other people, animals, or things can see. Why don't you confuse them, just for laughs? Your enemies can't kill what they can't see. Have you considered setting fire to everything? Keeping your target locked will enable you to focus your powers better and perform better evasive maneuvers. Why fight someone when you can confuse them from a distance and let them fight themselves? Hey, looks like you're ready to take on a new psychic power. Ready to come back and get your new merit badge?
Yes. No, not yet.
Alrighty then. Hope that makes you feel pretty. Well, if you're up for some experimental training, you should go see Sashi in his lab under the GPC. Should be marked on your map. Looks like you need some better firepower. Better come see me in my lab for your marksmanship merit badge. Go take Sasha's marksmanship training. Why else did I give you that learner's permit? Well, now that your mind is a deadly weapon, why not go teach that garbage spitter a lesson? The one in your vision, not Sasha. Well, it's about time you got some levitation instruction. Go take a canoe out to see Agent Vidello. She's teaching class right now. I'm a little worried about your foil-headed friend. And now, he's not alone.
What do you mean?
I mean, more and more kids are acting just like him. Sitting inside on such a nice day, watching TV up in the lodge. I'm afraid something very wrong is going on. Better get back to that vision you had in the brain tumbler and use your levitation to get a closer look. Why are you just standing here when you should be running down to the lake to make sure your girlfriend isn't being kidnapped by the monster that lives in the water?
Hey, we are just good friends.
Oh, well, that changes everything. Just let her get eaten, then. Get to the end of the docks and get in that bathysphere quick, before that fish gets away. Dodge that garbage it's spitting out. And when it's sucking it back up, bust open one of those nail boxes and see how it likes the taste of those. Take that little door you found in Sasha's lab and use it on the monster. We have to get in its head if we're going to find out where it took the girl. We have to get back to the other side of the lake. That's where Oleander took the girl. We're by the old abandoned insane asylum. I'll bet Oleander has his headquarters up inside. And keep your eyes peeled for stolen brains. The thief might have dropped some along the way. I bet those crows can see where some of them are. Go into this guard's mind and see if you can find a way to make him open the gate. Let's find a way into that asylum. We have to get by that creepy guard and take the elevator upstairs. I'll bet that's where Oleander has the girl. Maybe you could make some kind of a disguise. What are we doing down here? We need to be up in the tower trying to free your girlfriend. Try to shoot those rats before they get too close. Keep moving up. We gotta get to the top. Oh, watch out for that guard crow. I'll bet he might not be too alert if you smacked him with a confusion grenade. Just steer clear of the nutbag and the shower cap. Those words are just good advice no matter where you are. But this guy especially because he's protected by a powerful shield. We need to free the turtle hostage. Perhaps that chocolate cake could be deployed in a rescue capacity. He's coming for the cake. Lure him under that hatch in his cage, and then use telekinesis to lift him out. Let's give this turtle back to that sad girl with the oven mitts on. Use telekinesis to put that little turtle's brain in that tank's cockpit. Let's help Sasha and Mia blast your girlfriend out of that chair. Why don't you just do what Sasha said? Listen to your teacher, young man. Well, you might get your merit badge a little faster if you turn up the sensor output all the way. You gotta find all those leaks that are squirting out sensors and take 'em out. And when you're fighting these guys, don't forget to lock your mental focus on them for accuracy. Those little sensors seem to be restoring the big guy's health. You gotta shut down the leaks the little sensors are coming out of. Take the big guy out. Don't forget to hold mental focus while you're blasting. Locking focus on him will also make it easier to circle around and get behind him. Do whatever Mia says, young man. You're in her classroom now. Stay on your bubble, Raz. Keep trying to get higher, and if you see any of those big rings, keep 'em spinning. Don't forget you can still Psyblast when you're on the ball. Ranged weapons are always useful in a race. Use your Psyfloat in those columns of bubbles to float up to the top of the room, and then figure out how to turn the big fan on. Get those rings spinning. Let's check out what's inside that caravan. Don't be afraid of your past. Hey, you heard the man. Follow the bunny. Keep after that bunny. Watch out for those killer plants. You can't hurt them when they're all coiled up. Stay on the ground if you want to fight, but you could probably avoid some of it if you took the higher route. We gotta get up to the top of that vine tower. You can hide behind those pillars to break his target locking on you. Wait until he rears up to charge, and then blast him in his soft pink underbelly. And then when he's upside down, get him. Get as high as you can, and float in shooting. Well, if I were a monster 50 stories high, I'd probably start smashing stuff. You heard him. Bust open that prison over there. The coach is obviously controlling the lungfish's mind, so he must have planted something in here to amplify his thoughts and subjugate the populace.
Diabolical.
It's probably the enormous communications tower on that distant island. Smash your way through town and take down that tower. Your Psy shield would protect you in that tunnel, and maybe even do some damage to the emitters. We have to find someone to pilot this blimp for us so we can get over this dam. Get up on top of these buildings and take out those planes. You can use those super tankers to get across the channel. If you pay attention to this guy's actions, you can tell how he's about to attack. Wait for him to let down his shield and then attack. And don't forget to use your own shield. Okay, now, get up that tower and take out the communications equipment at the top. And why don't you just pick up those pesky tanks and throw them at each other? Open the fridge, like he said. Use your clairvoyance power on that loony. I'd like to see what color the sky is in his world. Let's go to the graveyard. That is the worst road crew disguise I have ever seen. But if it works for them, it should work for us. We just gotta hold up one of those signs. Looks like we'll need some flowers as a disguise. To the Arboretum.
The what?
The plant place. It's like a garden, but more shrubby and scientific. Let's search this place for flowers. If you use clairvoyance on that crow feather, you might get a bird's eye view of the situation. You could probably burn those big vines off that mausoleum. Let's get inside that mausoleum. We have to find a way through the sewers to the book depository. I'll bet if we could see what that G-Man sees, we would know the right combination. I forgot the combo. If you forgot it too, we're gonna have to make that G-Man come out again. I can't see a thing. Try your clairvoyance on those security cameras. I'll bet they can see in the dark. Looks like they got a sniper. If you time it right, your shield should get you through there. Use your clairvoyance on one of those helicopters, and we'll be able to search for the milkman from the air. The telephone would be a good disguise for getting up to those phone company wires. You ever play doorbell ditch? Let's make sure we're out of sight before she makes it to the door. And when she opens it, take her out. You can't see in the dark, but she can. Clairvoyance will let you see what she sees. Shoot those exploding cookie boxes. And turn on your shield when you see her throwing stuff at you. Let's go back to the dressing rooms and see if we can't get this Bonita person to take the stage. Somewhere in that storage room is a candle that we need. Let's put this candle in that spotlight so the show can begin. Well, I think you should go talk to that blowhard up in the balcony and give him a piece of your mind and see if he knows anything. Let's give this script to Becky and see if it's any good. I wonder if those prop doors on the set really work. I bet if you punch that strange spotlight with the faces on it, you could change what's going on stage. We have to get up to the catwalks and get rid of that phantom character. I bet the right script played on the right set would do it. Let's take that prop magic cloud elevator thing up to the catwalks. Those spotlights couldn't find you if you were invisible. Let's turn a light on this guy so we can see who he is. Let's float up to the catwalks and blind him with those spotlights so he'll let down his guard. Zigzag on the way up to avoid the fat man's attacks. Well, we'll never get our troops over that river while the bridge is out. We need to get a carpenter to fix it. If I were there, I would use telekinesis to move the game pieces around. You can't win a war without soldiers. Let's go see if we can sign up a standing army. Put our militiaman next to Napoleon's soldier piece so they can fight. Oh, we gotta get that guy some money before he'll fight. Let's ransack Fred's parlor. We gotta go through that building over there and find that guy's musket. Okay, we just gotta get that drawbridge down and get a hearty knight to storm Napoleon's stronghold, and we'll win. We gotta get some fancy food for that fat guy to eat.
You didn't even see him. How do you know he's fat?
He sounds fat. Why don't you TK a pail on top of him? That'll slow him down. We're gonna have to infiltrate the grounds of the stronghold and see if we can't get the drawbridge down for Fatty. Buy all the paintings you can and look for hooks to hang him on. And for crying out loud, stay off the street! Oh, you can't outrun that bull. You're gonna have to sneak around on side streets. Maybe you can hide out in a window if those ladies don't see you coming. Throw a confusion grenade at that bull. That should buy you some time. You can TK those spears into that bull. Well, see if that slows him down. Man, get those spears out of Edgar's back. What kind of friend are you? And see if you can confuse that matador. While that matador thinks he's a bull, he's probably vulnerable, like a bull. Try sticking him with those barbed poles.
Banderillas, use the word!
You have to TK rubble against rubble. Break a hole big enough in the first ring so you can get in and set fire to the inner ring. Then TK a hunk of masonry right on that idiot's brain. Follow that kid. Don't let him get hurt while your brains are connected. Use your TK to grab those bunnies. Or try confusing them. You can't kill those knife throwers, and somebody's already ripped their arms off, but you can swing on their knives once they're stuck in the board. Next time his cleaver gets stuck in the ground, run up his arm and punch him in his fat head. Listen to your father. Keep moving, or you're going to drown. Okay, do not run up the flaming arms. Try TKing some of your dad's flaming clubs into the butcher. And then if he ends up, say, curled up in agony, then you can punch him in his fat head. Yeah, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. Hang on to that power your dad gave you, because it's the only chance we've got. Don't turn up your nose at recycling. You gather up those psi cards and get yourself some cores, and come down to my lab and we'll rank you up quick. Maybe if you were a higher rank, you could get some psi powers that could help you out. You can rank up if you collect more figments, sort more emotional baggage, or collect more mental cobwebs. Not much to do here except clean up all the cobwebs, collect all the figments, and get any vaults that are left.
Burn! 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 Yes.
No.
Can't get a good grip. Confusion. Grenade. So dizzy. Who am I? Okay, this guy needs a duffel bag tag. This hat box needs a hat box tag. I need the purse tag here. I need the steamer trunk tag for this guy. Suitcase tag. That's what I need here. Tarnation!
Interesting sensation.
Hey! Quit it!
Rasputin, please. Germs. Germs.
Hey, knock it off!
Oh. Hey, can we talk about this friendship bracelet?
No, it's embarrassing enough that I made it. Just put it away and shut up.
I don't think I want to put this bracelet on just yet. I think Lily and I need to talk about our relationship first. I don't want to show anyone this bracelet. People will think we're totally boyfriend-girlfriend. I'd like you to meet Mr. Pokelope. No, I can't mess around with Mr. Pokelope. I've got to give him back to Shigor right away. Don't worry, Mr. Pokelope. I'll get you back to Shigor right away. This is the button that Sasha gave me. It's a clue to the location of his secret lab. No, I don't want to lose this button. I might not get into Sasha's secret lab without it.
Hey, that's a pretty sweet sound there, homie. Why don't you come jam with us sometime?
Woo! Lake Whistle Solo!
Now, that's the darndest harmonica I ever heard. That could be just the sound to take this band in the prog rock direction I was hoping for.
A horn section might be just what we need.
Shigor, please. Open a window if you're gonna do that.
I think I have to be closer to the shore for Linda to hear it. I'm not going to wear my costume here. People will think I'm crazy. Man, I can see why Pokelope loves this cake. It looks so moist and delicious. Come on, Mr. Pokelope. Come and get your cake. Hey, would you mind if I just ate this cake myself? Hey, Sasha, wake up. Cake. Come on, brainless Mia. Time to blow out the candles. Hey, if I shoved this cake in your face right now, you wouldn't be able to do anything as revenge.
Not right away, no. But a revenge that painful would take lots of planning anyway.
I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby. Got it! I can't wait to use Sasha's psychic portal door and jump inside someone's head. For the good of the mission, I mean. No brain there to enter. Darn. I'm not getting anything. I must be out of range or something. Oof. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh. Do. Who's the man? Here we go again. Oh, boy. Sheesh. Aha! Huh? What the?
Woohoo!
Woohoo! That's strange. Uh-oh. Dang! That's nasty. Gross! Cool! What are those things? I don't think that's gonna work. Burn! Burn! Ah!
I don't have time for this.
Ow!
Ow!